So your name is Max Siegert?
Yes, that's my real name. For this project, I'm going with Papalagi.
Papalagi. I wrote something. No, I found something else. Camera. What is that?
This is my electronic music project.
Okay.
Which is a very different vibe to what I'm doing now. It's very dark, and this was kind of something that developed for me while I was living in London during COVID. Before I was doing bands with my friend. Then the drummer quit, and we were just okay. We kind of need to do something. We need to be creative somehow.
Yeah.
So for me, it was this journey of I was learning to produce anyway on Ableton and stuff like that, and then I kind of started taking it more seriously, as in the thing. Okay, I would like to produce and be a DJ and stuff like that. But in the long run, because I guess where I come from, like at heart, I play guitar. I like all this kind of oldish music, 70s, 60s, actually pretty much anything. And I just kind of realized that through this whole production thing, it just helped me be better at expressing myself and thinking while playing music, improvised music, like a producer, like thinking about arrangements and having a very natural voice, be impacted by those kind of ideas. For example, overplaying is often a very difficult thing for people that make music, especially guitar players, where there's really.
It's like a flow state, like a fun.
But with the overplaying, you need to be careful because it's not enjoyable for listeners.
Yeah, it's just for you.
Yeah, it's just for you in the moment. But this is what I mean when you start thinking a bit like a producer.
Yeah.
You're gonna cut out those ideas and be like, okay, I'm gonna play that one note.
But maybe you can find a mix in it.
Exactly.
You know, like a balance. Also,
exactly.
Max, I forgot it. I've started to ask people to be barefoot in my podcast. Are you cool with that?
Yes.
Because I travel barefoot when I can. Actually, yesterday I was wearing shoes, man. Barefoot shoes, because it was shit weather here, man. Berlin is the worst I've been to after some Indian cities.
It has been horrible here.
Yeah. No, not just but the dirt on the streets of walking barefoot.
Yeah.
It's been amazing. How do you feel?
Good. I feel free.
Yeah, man. That's it.
There we go.
No, really. When people ask me why you go barefoot, I feel like I'm in prison when I wear shoes. But of course, with the glass, I constantly look out for this one splinter can fuck you for a long time walking.
Yeah.
Amazing. So you are from?
I'm originally from Hamburg.
And you grew up there?
I grew up there, lived my life there, and then I just kind of, when I was 18, I was like, well, I need to go somewhere, do something. So I applied for loads of universities.
Yeah.
I wasn't even sure what I wanted to do at first, but then I got accepted at the music uni in London, and I was like, well, might as well. Like, if I'm already leaving, already going.
And London is good. It's an opportunity, amazing city.
Nice. Yeah, it was very formative. In a kind of professional sense of doing sessions.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of gigs, playing like twice a week for years. And but then through COVID and Brexit and all of these things, it just became unbearably expensive there. There was
Brexit, no?
Little perspective for creative works to actually make enough money so you can live.
Eat, literally,
Like you always can kind of keep yourself up with teaching or something, but it's never this.
Well, you also want to save a bit, maybe.
Yeah,
you know.
Exactly. You want to live a comfortable life in a way.
Yeah.
And here it is possible to arrange your life in a way where you can make enough money doing something that's alright. Because rents are not as crazy expensive. They are crazy expensive.
Yeah, but it's still okay here.
But it's not as insane as London is. It's also not as insane as Hamburg is at the moment.
I feel like Berlin is like, it's expensive, but it's, for what I've seen online, it's like, considering the situation of the world, it's like doable.
Yeah.
I was in Copenhagen and it's just like, Scandinavian countries are insane, man. Like 8 square meters for 600-700 euros. 8 square meters, man. It's like a tent. And it's just out of control. And here it's like getting there. I think so. It's gonna get worse. But for now, it's like doable. And I'm interested when you first get in contact with music or art in general. When does the interest start of playing music? Because that's what you do, right?
Yeah, for me it's mainly playing music. I have to say, I don't. In my family, there aren't any musicians. But the most musician person there is my grandma who used to play violin.
Okay.
But
so a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. But she and also my parents were very much into culture. So it was always something that they valued. My parents got me piano lessons with a Russian teacher that I absolutely despised when I was way too young to even comprehend that what she was doing was wrong.
Yeah.
And that kind of was his introduction to music. There was kind of this time where you're still on autopilot, you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, you're just like getting older,
yeah,
figuring out life.
Exactly. I just kind of learned it then, and then I just hated it and never did anything. And at some point, I bought the guitar, and then it just, it was laying around in my room for 2 years, and then one day I picked it up, and it was just like
in Hamburg also.
Yeah.
And did this ever come from a feeling of wanting to like have like energy in your body, like something where you're like, I need to do something, I feel some melody right now and I want to like play?
And for me, it was actually more curiosity. I found the instrument in itself fascinating. I found people playing it cool.
Yeah.
So it was, on one hand, I guess it was a statement, especially in the times that we are, where rap music is like very popular.
Yeah,
I guess in some way it was a statement of, oh no, I'm not vibing with this.
You want to do something else.
Yeah, doing something else in terms of being a.
And there has been a backlash. I think other genres have become a bit bigger in Germany also since that, for sure.
I have to say, I think at the moment we are living in a really exciting time when it comes to art and music, because you can do whatever you like and there will be an audience for it.
Yeah, and you can share it in the right spot. Like you go on the internet and there's like one community for exactly what you're doing, and if not, maybe for someone to explore it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's quite accessible. I think social media, while it is a big evil in our society, it also for artists is also a big opportunity.
Yeah,
as you can do something that you personally enjoy and present that directly to people, like in a very accessible way that they can just see it straight away on the phone. Obviously there's always this like, oh, but what about the views and stuff? But then I personally think that success comes once you do something authentic that is yours and you can do it with your belief.
Yeah, and maybe it doesn't need the crazy big community followers in the beginning or at all, I think it can be, there's gonna be a day where maybe someone says like, oh, I heard your music, now your face is not so published everywhere, right? Or even you're showing it to a friend and they're like, wow, this is really cool. Or I listened to Cass Calling and I was like, oh, this is like, I'm really interested, first of all, what exactly your process with this song is, but also I could feel some emotions there, like some suffering, maybe some missing something, being put into a room, Or
you could.
For me, that evoked.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. It's a song that I made like quite a while ago.
Yeah.
It was during COVID times, and I very much went for a kind of subjective, let's just kind of let everything flow approach with it. Rather than thinking of a topic to write about or something.
Okay.
So the lyrics and everything that came to be with it was very spontaneous.
Yeah, it feels like a dream a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. It's quite repetitive as well.
Yes.
And
it's a bit like the COVID times.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like you're a bit numbed and you don't really know what's going on, and it like every day like the same happens in COVID in the song, it repeats, and it's not like too hectic, not too slow. It's like just we're all waiting for it to pass, and then 2 years are gone.
Yeah, it does feel a bit like this. Especially with this music, it's all very understated, I'd say. It doesn't have really big impact. It's kind of journey music, I'd say. Like it's nice to put in the car. for me, it wasn't really. I didn't have an intention. I just it was just more make something that I like and see where it goes with it. There was also one called Want You to Know, which is a bit longer, but unfortunately it got taken down off of every streaming service for some reason. Nobody, DistroKid doesn't really want to tell me why. I've contacted support, but no idea. That one also had a similar vibe. It was maybe a bit more R&B. But I think the interesting thing with Cast Calling is that once I released it, only the kind of meaning of it became clear to me. And it was just this, I guess, this feeling of isolation. Obviously, COVID is one thing. Another thing was, I think that city life, especially in metropolises like London, can be quite isolating.
Yeah.
Because while you do know many people, they live far away.
Yeah.
And it takes you a long time to meet them.
Yeah. And they don't really have time a lot of the times, right?
Yeah, it's a bit complicated in that sense that while you can build a community and you can easily fall into a community, it is also a big act of maintaining that.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, friendships contacts are like that. It's just natural. But if having to travel and account for about 3 hours extra time to like meeting someone is sometimes a bit arduous. So there was also another motivation of like just going to a smaller place because you can just kind of get around anywhere. And
it's not more than 1 hour here. I would say like max 1 hour.
Yeah, maximum 1
hour.
hour.
Or you meet in the middle. Really quick.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so to go back to when it started with your music. So it was curiosity, you just playing around. You teach it yourself, the guitar, or?
In the beginning, yeah.
And then you take lessons later on.
And then I took lessons later on when I just got this crazy idea of how I need to learn the technical stuff. And
you have a guitar before you decide to study music, or why did you apply for a school where you study music?
I basically didn't know what to do with myself. So I was playing guitar.
Yeah.
I was playing in the bands in Hamburg.
Okay.
It was all right. We were playing some festivals here and there, and it was for me okay. It was like you get out of school, like you have a lot of the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I guess I always had this slight dream of doing something creative, of like performing or making music or something like that, or creating. But I never really took it that seriously until the point where I could. Like when I was like, okay, either I do that or something else.
Yeah. So uni was like, okay, I will do something in that direction.
Yeah, it was more or less like, what do I really want to spend my time on?
Yeah.
And
I feel good about at the end of the day.
I just kind of got stuck in that. It was very clear to me that the actual paper won't do shit.
Yeah, especially if you don't take action after having it.
Yeah.
You can have it and then not do anything with it. Or you have it and you do something like...
Yeah, I think, I mean, you can't go to a studio and be like, look at this paper, like, hire me. You need to have
I'm going to be famous.
You need to have a lot of your own work to prove.
Yeah, and there's a balance to it.
In a way, I think that's also what kind of attracts me to the whole music, creative stuff, because it's more of a meritocracy. Obviously, you need to know people, you need to have network, contacts, etc. Find the right people somehow. But 95% of it is how good your shit is and whether people like it.
Yeah.
And most of the time, if you like it, others will as well. If you're not doing stuff for ulterior motive than just satisfying your own.
Yeah, even if the bubble of people who like it might be smaller than the world.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 5,000 people. That's a lot of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I listened to Cast Calling, I felt like it could be also some sort of film music, like music for films. You ever thought about going into that direction?
I had a couple projects with people where we were supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But film takes ages. Filming something can take like 10 years or something. Doesn't happen. Like the movie gets out, so I'm still on it. I'm just kind of letting it flow, especially as I'm just
providing
seeing, changing my outlook on my creativity at the moment. Or changed my outlook on my creativity.
So for people to understand, you're going from like a techno direction?
Yeah, from like dark down tempo. I would say there have been some techno remixes as well, like kind of down tempo house, this direction, all very kind of introspective, melancholic, to more instrumental based music rather than producing it. It comes from just playing on the street with my looper. I have no idea what I'm gonna play and just fuck around until I find something that kind of resonates with the moment,
with the feeling.
Yeah, with the feeling of being there, with the people that are walking past. Of course, it's not busking in the standard sense where they're playing covers or something. It's a very different experience. I feel it's quite meditative because while you are in the sea of people, you're very much in your own bubble, and you detach. It's completely disassociate, and it's almost kind of surreal if you think about it. Like you're just standing there playing really chill music in this hectic environment.
But that's amazing that you can do that, man. For me, it's like I have that with street photography also, and I can see this meditative state of being in between everyone. Like yesterday, yes, I wasn't feeling good, but I was like, okay, I will force myself to go for a walk and take pictures with the fisheye also. And I was standing at the U-Bahn and doing like a bit long exposure, and like everything gets blurry. It's full of people, and I'm standing there looking for the right framing and just feeling the environment. And it's like I don't think about anything, man. Someone could steal I'm just me and the camera. There's nothing else happening for me in that moment, and I feel you're describing that with the music.
Yeah, it is kind of what I mean, because you just kind of get this. I'm in the present moment, and the past doesn't exist, the future doesn't exist, which is, it's a state that's not that easy to constantly be in.
And then you first realize when you're gone out of it, maybe sometimes, right?
Yeah.
If you are aware of it, that's really good as well, because you can like appreciate it more maybe. So you're doing for the moment mainly the live meditation music, and at the same time you're recording and working on new things.
Yeah, I have a EP coming out for camera later this year, with a record label from the US, like a small experimental record label.
Cool.
I decided this is probably the best way to go with that, to actually find people who are invested in it, rather than trying to push it to audiences. So because
they care, if they are interested, they care about it and they want to make the best out of it.
Yeah, it's also support in a different way than just we're gonna put out a song and that's it. A friendship developed. Talking to the people who run it. Well, it's two guys.
And they're from the US?
Yeah, they're from the US.
Oh, that's interesting.
They came across me on Instagram when I was doing taking videos from archive.org, like really old ones from 1920 or something, of random ass stuff. And then kind of cutting them together with my friend and then composing music to it. And that was like most of my content for Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that.
Is that those dancing videos and stuff as well?
Yeah, for example.
I was already wondering if it's some of your friends or something.
This dancing video is one of my friends, for example, that one. But then when you scroll further down, it's just random ass shit that I found. And he found me during that period of creating. And we just kind of stayed in touch. And then I just sent, I had those couple songs and I wanted feedback on it and send it to them. And so we kind of got talking and he was happy to help release them.
But he was in Berlin or you were in the US? Just online, that's it?
Online,
Oh, that's cool, man. See, that's the power also of social media. It has dark sides, but that's cool. And can I ask for your age also?
I'm 26.
26, okay, amazing. Amazing. Oh, you're still young also. Good, man. So, in pursuing like the studying the music, and now can you live off the teaching as well, or are you doing some other stuff here and there?
At the moment, I'm living off the teaching.
Oh, great.
It's got, to be fair, Germany, great systems in place sometimes.
There's something to it sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite, even though it's freelance work, it's quite secure with contracts, and I can rely on it
Sweet.
in a way that I know I have my 4 days packed, and this is my money.
You feel more free doing that than I don't know, working some other job in a factory or something.
Yeah.
To
I mean, I have done all sorts
Yeah.
of jobs in the past. I've worked in a call center, I worked in a warehouse,
Yeah.
in a music shop. That was grim.
Yeah, I can imagine.
For a time, I worked at the uni that I was
Yeah.
as like a technical
Yeah.
assistant.
But man, maybe that's where you also find some inspiration, right?
Now, to be fair, we're just like a means to an end. I think most of my inspiration I find just through romanticizing mundane moments, I guess.
Yeah. No, that's
Just
good
like,
as well,
just
right?
like, for example, sitting here, right?
Yeah.
If you really,
Yeah,
if you really think about it, it's actually an amazing moment
it
that
is.
somebody could put as a scene into a movie.
Yeah.
If you really
Yeah.
wanted to.
Yeah.
So I think if you start seeing your life a bit in that way, like
And it's in your story, right? As well, live cinematic. In your
Yeah.
bio.
Yeah.
In your Instagram bio.
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, exactly. You don't know what's gonna happen, so you just kind of need to go with it.
Yeah,
and
man.
Watch the movie that you're actually living in a way.
So, where is your movie in 5 years?
You know, if you ask me that, where it would be in 5 years, I would. 5 years ago, where I would be in 5 years, I'd be happy where I am at the moment. And I think in 5 years, I'm just gonna continue down my path because I've just decided this is the thing that makes me happy.
Just keep teaching, do your stuff on the side.
Exactly. And if I get to a point where I can live off the artistry, amazing.
Yeah.
If not, I have a life that I like.
Yeah.
That's
right.
I don't need to wake up and be like, shit, fuck me.
Yeah.
I hate my job.
Yeah, you wake up and you teach people to play the guitar, right?
Yeah. It's mainly kids. Kids are
Yeah.
off their heads. They're fun. They run around. They
But you find any? Do you get any new ways of looking at music through those kids as well?
Very much so. Very much so. Not because I think it's a different access to music. Especially, I've seen that there's a split between people learning instruments. There's ones who are interested in creating, and ones who are interested in like the technicality of playing the instrument. Both very valid things. But for example, the way you approach teaching those kids, I realized for myself, is very different. With the ones that are more interested in music, I don't really do many technical exercises.
Yeah.
This is something that I just kind of let them develop for themselves.
Yeah,
because if they want to do something, they will learn how to do it.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
They have this motivation from that aspect where they're like, okay, I have this idea in my head, how the fuck do I get it out of there?
Yeah.
Whereas people who are more interested in, okay, I want to play Paganini on guitar. It's more, you're going to have to drill those technical exercises, give them different pieces, kind of tickle the brain in a different way.
But there's something to it, to all of it, as you said. That's true. And you ever had interest in other forms of instruments, or like, oh, I would like to learn this or that? Is there anything else?
Well, to be fair, production was the thing.
Yeah.
That I wanted to learn because I just couldn't afford paying someone to record me. It's crazy expensive, and people are overcharging. And if you know what you're doing, you're gonna A, know where to put your time in, and B, know exactly who to contact for when you actually need someone to do something because you want to save time. So this was one of the big things that I learned. Apart from that, something that interests me is photography.
Yeah.
I've been just walking around with like no Polaroid taking pictures. They're a bit eerie and a bit scary.
A bit scary? What do you mean, the pictures, or are you taking them?
The pictures.
I imagine you being scared, like, help!
Yeah, but I'm at the moment, it's very
like
much...
street pictures?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I can send you a couple later.
Yeah,
It's
of course.
from this camera project.
Yeah.
I did this other side of London kind of vibe, because we know London for all the very polished sides
Yeah.
of it.
It's
but
dirty.
It's dirty, it's grimy, it's horrible. But it has its aesthetic. Same as here.
Yeah.
It's grimy, it's dirty, it's horrible, but you wouldn't want it differently.
No, then it's not Berlin, man.
Exactly.
And Berlin and London are totally different worlds as well, right? I would say. I have never lived in London, but here it's a bit more like I would say more like hip.
Yeah, Berlin is definitely more. Everybody does whatever they want, and nobody cares what you do. Like everybody's very
Here,
judgment free and just going for everything. In London as well, but I think because it's such a corporate city, the dominant culture is corporatism.
Yeah, here is very creative startup.
Yeah,
yeah,
I would say so.
There's this. I feel like here there is the same. Not to praise the US too much, but this idea of can-do attitude, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you go up to someone, like in the U-Bahn, man, you are in the middle of the night, someone's playing music on the speakers and people just start dancing, you know? In Flensburg, this never happens. In Hamburg, it's not gonna happen, right? Yeah. It's like, oh, what are you? You're weird. Sure, you're weird, but you're having fun, right? So I think that's Berlin, in a different way, for sure.
It is very free. For example, I was thinking, oh, should I just go play on the street in London? But I just never really
felt like it.
Felt like actually doing it.
Yeah, here people think, yeah.
Here, I mean, there's a lot of people playing on the street here, like a lot.
And you ask for permission, or you just go?
Here, I think you just go. There's no permission slip or anything. You just kind of set up.
I should have brought my pictures. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, in general, in Germany, it's not legal. But I think it's also different to perform and to, like, in my case, sell photos. That's a different.
Yeah, as long as it's Spende.
Yeah,
it's a bit different.
Yeah, I think so too.
If you're doing commercially.
Yeah.
But then, like, if you just register business and do your taxes, then you can also do that, I guess.
Anyway, it's there's a different vibe here for sure.
Yeah,
in London.
Very much so.
And is there any other city now? You've been here for like what, nearly 2 years?
Yeah, I've been here for 2 years.
Any other place you are interested in going?
At the moment, no. I'm quite happy. Good. I don't really want to change. I just want to build my life here. Yeah. Because over those 2 years that I've been here, I've met a lot of people that are doing very interesting things and on journeys in their lives that I'm also like invested in and happy that they're on and taking part with them in their journeys. So in London it was also like this, but over the time it was different journeys. It was more commercial journeys musically, I'd say, in here. And
more rap also maybe over there?
Yeah, there was quite a bit of rap, but also a lot of reggae and R&B and soul and jazz and all sorts of music.
Okay.
There's a scene for everything. Also a lot of rock music. I think, for example, Berlin, the rock scene is not very big. Like, there's a lot of punk. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of singer-songwriters.
Yes, I think so too.
But there isn't really a lot of rock music, which I don't mind. It's good because people go to those events still. I've noticed from playing in one of the bands here that Cautionary Tales, that the events are actually quite. People go.
Yeah.
Even if they are not directly related to the band, they don't know one, they're not friends.
They just try.
Exactly, they try it, they show up, they see, oh, this place has some event on, let's go and pay a tenner and see what's on. Yeah,
I think Berlin's very open, right? In all corners.
Yeah.
That reflects, I think.
It's easy to meet people, and at least for me, I've had the experience of meeting a lot of very genuine people. Mm-hmm. Like the networking is not very much networking. It's just kind of the universe brings people towards me, and then we just hang out for a while and start working on something. Yeah, that's true. And with photography, you're thinking of doing like crosswork, where maybe you write some, not write, but play some songs that relate to your photographs. You ever thought about doing like that, like a cross play with it? What I imagined for a long time was to do a kind of exhibition of those photos while also doing like an ambient live set. In the place. So I'm do that for like an entire day, stand there.
In the place where you take the picture?
No, not in the place where
the
I
exhibition.
in like in the exhibition place, like
great.
gallery. Do the thing of actually being there for the entire time. How long I'm gonna be? Like 12 hours or something, and actually play for those entire 12 hours.
Oh wow!
With ambient stuff and just make an atmosphere for the thing.
Doesn't even have to be an exhibition place. It can be a bar, or some bars you are open. You can probably ask them.
Yeah, at the moment I've been a bit wary of doing a lot of the camera things because it takes a lot of time and it's a lot of effort to do these things.
Yeah.
And at the moment I just didn't have as much of the motivation to spend so much time on a project where my expectation for this project was, okay, I want to push this, like I want people to listen.
Okay, so it's more a bit of planning involved.
Yeah, but this is also, it was the wrong approach. Especially as this music that has nothing to do with music.
It's improv, kind of. Yeah.
It's very just a soundscape with a bit of drums and some vocals dropping in.
Maybe would you feel better inviting other artists into it and collaborating maybe?
That's what I'm doing at the moment for this new EP, for example. I got a lot of collaborators, a lot of different vocalists to do stuff because I just wanted to get it done and out. Rather than like spending a long time on the last 5% of the song. It's more or less my journey at the moment that I'm just to create more consistently and finish it. Yeah. Rather than try to be perfectionist and prove how fucking smart I am to everyone for making like stupid stuff.
Just doing something. And you can always, I think that's the thing as well. You can always go back and redo it with music. Maybe it's different, but you can always.
Yeah, you can.
You know, for me, it's like pictures. You can always get a better angle or better, different. You know, you can always get a different angle, different composition, different lighting. At the end, it's just about making the picture. Otherwise, I don't have a picture.
Exactly.
And sure, it's a different feeling, but just do whatever you have in the moment and see what happens with it. Yeah, sure. And I'm wondering, are your parents? Are they like very supportive of you going to in a music career, or are they like, oh, do maybe a bit more normal, or are they happy for you?
I would say my parents are quite supportive. Like obviously there's from time to time this you're gonna die, you're not gonna have money and end up on a bridge. Be scared, but I guess it's normal. The parents they want you to do well. But they are supportive. They never really, don't do that. You can't do that. It was just, you want to do it, they will do it, but do it properly.
Yeah. No, that's great to have that support. I mean, I think that's funny also because there's this, you end up under the bridge. I think that's a great sentence. Because on that's the one side of it, but then you have also sometimes people who don't pursue what they love. And then the parents are like, oh, my kid is not happy. They are depressed. I don't know if they're doing what they actually love. It's like, there's always something you can be like scared of, or it always comes with some compromise, you know? You're happy, but maybe it's not the most stable, but it works for you.
Yeah, and I mean, happiness is a bad goal, right? Because happiness is just a fleeting moment. It's more you're shooting for like a positive neutral, where you're just kind of looking forward to the next day rather than dreading the next day. I think that is the main difference between being at the stage where you like feel content with the things that you're doing and being at a stage where there's things that bother you about your life, about your existence. Obviously, there's always going to be things that bother you, but you can, stick it out a bit and kind of try to make your life into a way that is acceptable for you.
Yeah, whether you work in a call center as a sales agent, support worker, or you are teaching, there's going to be a day where either the kid is irritating you or the person on the line, right? It always comes with some other side to it. That's really good. And you say you find your inspiration like in the moment somewhat most of the time, and is there any other scenarios where you find inspiration than real life maybe? Do you
other music, other art? Yeah, I would say mainly
all kinds of art.
Yeah. I'm not much of a film person,
Mm-hmm.
but I do recently been trying to watch a bit more. I have
Maybe
not
short
been-
films also.
Hmm?
Short films.
I haven't really, for me, I don't really know too much about it, so I don't really know where to look. So
Yeah.
I made a list of movies that I would like to watch.
No,
All of them-
really?
yeah,
That's good.
all of them a bit, I like the artsy-fartsy stuff.
Yeah.
All a bit more down that lane, and I'm just kind of going through it like one by one. Like it's
Just
a kinda-
checklist. Check. Watch this shit.
yeah, more or less. So I'm trying to get through it. It's a thing like I watch one every month or something like
Okay.
that, and add 3 or 4.
Okay.
So it's probably
Why
never
not?
gonna end.
Why not?
But yeah,
That's cool.
also books.
Yeah.
Books
You
are
read?
nice.
What kind of stuff do you read?
Absolutely random ass shit I find on the street or in like antique shops or something.
Great. Like fiction, whatever.
Yeah.
Anything.
I like novels.
Okay.
But I do also like I would read the Kybalion. That's what I'm reading right now.
Yeah.
It's just not because I really want to believe it and like the ancient Egyptians knew everything. It's more like curiosity.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Maybe there's something.
Let's see what they're on about.
Maybe there's a lesson in there. Maybe there's a new song theme, a new direction, right? Right. Anything that I think obviously everyone struggles with that. Me too, a lot. Being open to new concepts, new ideas, forgetting old ones, but just this step of doing it, and then still saying, "Oh no, it's not for me." That's already a big step, I think, because underlying you always take something from it. Like maybe there's the smallest inspiration for your next song from what you're reading now.
Yeah, I mean, in every way, you can. I mean, even if you read something really shit that you really don't like, that feeling can also be transformed into something different.
It doesn't mean it's shit. Maybe it's just for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's subjective, right?
Or maybe you haven't discovered the beauty of it yet.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something missing for you to understand why it's beautiful, right?
Or through your experience that you had in this world, this is not something that you have access to in that sense, because you haven't had experiences that let you relate to this, or that you feel this in a way.
Oh yeah, man. And are you a nature person, or more? Obviously, you've lived in urban cities, but do you feel drawn to nature as well?
Yeah.
You go traveler or something? You do trips or?
I'm not much of a traveler.
Yeah.
But I do. What I enjoy the most is, for example, as you can see right here.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
How nature is we're trying to keep it in, and it rains, but we can't really. It just destroys everything and takes everything over.
I just started taking pictures of exactly that 2 days ago.
Cool.
I was why are you saying this? Because I walked around and there was grass like this around the concrete and it was cut. And I was like, oh wow, we're cutting grass in a place where we've tried it not to grow and then it grows again. So I was like taking pictures of like old cigarettes in the cotton grass and I got all crazy looking at it. And so you are enjoying nature in a space where we try to avoid it.
Yeah, but I love forests. I was lucky that I kind of grew up in the outskirts of Hamburg, and there was obviously Hamburg and forests, and I enjoyed walking my dog.
Yep.
And the kind of comfortable solitude the forest gives you that you don't really have in a city, like ever. Even if the person is the same. Like there's this person 10 meters away from in the city or in the forest, it's going to be a very different feeling.
Yes, even going. I think that's why parks are so powerful, also in cities. There's this. We just need the nature, right? And like otherwise, there's just. Man, that's where we come from. Like and I think Germany is doing not the best, but it's pretty good for. It could be better.
Oh, the parks here are amazing.
Yeah,
I think. I'm really enjoying the parks here in Berlin. Well, obviously, Girly has its reputation. It's also a great cultural place.
Yeah.
With a lot of art, with a lot of music, with a lot of people doing crazy things that you wouldn't think of.
Yeah.
And you can all find them, even the drug dealers. and the crackheads and
Man,
the nuns with the prams.
Man,
It's super mixed here.
I think drug dealers are some of the most artistic people I know.
Yeah.
They really have something to talk about, and stories and emotions, and they do it often out of a reason of maybe to express some sort of freedom or anti-state thing, you know. Often I think that's also the case. Ah, wow. So if I have like 3 questions I ask everyone, and the first one is, what does art mean to you? Not just music.
Art? I guess I would say it's transforming the things we've experienced into something that others can experience. That we will never be able to see as the other people can. Because we're always gonna be stuck just in our perspective, you know? Like, obviously it depends on what you believe in, but like one consciousness, blah blah blah.
Yeah, so you think it's transforming something, the person creating the art?
Yeah, transforming your perception into something that others can perceive. I would say, I guess.
And what sort of do you think there's? What sort of motives do you think are like? Is there any motive for creating art that is stronger than another? Like, do you think pain or suffering is a stronger approach to art than happiness or like rebellious art? Do you see any powerful difference?
No, I think suffering can bring great art, but suffering is a bad motivator for creation. Because when you're in the moment and you're suffering, it's going to be difficult for you to get out of your ass and actually make something.
Yeah.
For me at least, I found that it happens after some trauma, like
After reflecting about.
Yeah, exactly. I process it more through that, than it being like the main thing. And once the actual pain has been processed, you can see what it is in a way, like how it changed you, what has happened.
Yeah, I see. So it's not the motivator. It's just a bit of background emotion.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, at the same time, existence is pain, right? Everything is pain in some way.
Yeah.
We all are gonna die, so it is also very beautiful.
Well, I guess the fact that not feeling pain won't last forever is also a pain in itself, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's all. I think great art is about balance and about just kind of talking about the human condition as it is, without self-loathing, without trying to see the world as a place that it's not, because you can make horribly depressive music about the world being horrible, but is it actually? It's your perception, right? Personally, I think there have been times where I thought the world is horrible. Now, I don't think so anymore.
Yeah.
And that didn't really come from the world changing. It came from like me changing.
Maybe the person, maybe the person is feeling awful and not the world is as awful as they think. So consider. Oh my God, I used to have those as a kid also. Do you think art needs to have a meaning, or is there always a meaning in art?
That's an interesting question. I think, well, there's like intended meaning and the meaning that someone sees in it.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't like creating with an intended meaning, or at least every time I did, it just turned out horrible and I didn't like it. And
Great.
I think for me it's much more this subconscious meaning, like this subconscious creation that you kind of trying to figure something out and going with that, and in a way that is already meaningful. Like any creation is meaningful in that way because you're making something.
So like unintentional art for you feels more right?
Yeah, like it's a difficult subject, right? Like, because what is art? Are those trash cans, are they art? Because people have spent a shit ton of time putting graffiti on top of them. I think so. Like, it's art that life created, right? And there isn't like an artist. So, while I do think that art always has a subconscious meaning, it might not be the intended meaning, and the artist might not even want it to have meaning, but in some way it will.
Wow. Yes. So a question to that: do you think there is actually more art in finding a meaning than in the perceived piece of art?
I guess so, because the interpretation is what actually makes it. I guess if you look at modern art, it's just
A banana on the wall.
Yeah, exactly. It's all just what can I get away with?
Yeah.
How can I push the narrative? How can I push the boundaries?
Yeah.
How can I push people's buttons? And then
Trigger people has become a big thing. Yeah.
And then the reaction to that is the actual art piece rather than the banana on the wall. Actually,
It's getting people to talk about it and react.
Or this Banksy picture that's shredded after it got sold.
Yeah.
I think of course, meaning this thing is like money doesn't mean anything. It's all subliminal value that somebody arbitrarily assigned to it. But at the same time, the actual art piece of it was the whole media frenzy around it. That someone was actually able to, with something this simple, to trigger so many people that they would get out of their way, go on the internet, people that have nothing to do with it, and argue about it and voice their opinions. And for a way, bring culture back into the light of mainstream culture. Yeah, I guess.
So yeah, I mean, then art becomes something like, or art that is talked about a lot triggers people. I think a bit quicker maybe.
Yeah,
because that's what we talk about, things that irritate us or we think are amazing, right? That's what we talk. That's what I think. Sometimes when you see something and it's like in between. It's like, oh, I saw it. I will not tell anyone. You always tell people about the good restaurant and about the shit restaurant, right? True. It's like.
You never. Oh yeah, I went to this place. It's alright. Yeah. You don't have to go.
Yeah,
that's alright.
Yeah. It doesn't happen, and if it does, we forget about it before we even remember. So the second question, I just came up with all these because it was amazing to hear you. Considering all that, what makes someone an artist?
Them choosing to create, I think. I don't think there's much more to it. Like them choosing to create with an authentic meaning. Like something that means something to them in a way. Like the process of creation can be the meaning. They can have an intended meaning. The meaning can be throwing the paint at people's faces on the street. I don't know. It's also performance art, I guess. But as long as it's authentic and as long as it's what you make without trying to think of what other people would like you to make, I think that's what makes an artist.
So the urge to create something without the intention of a reaction.
Yeah, the urge to create something, like internal urge to create something even if no one sees it. Yeah, I think that's what makes an artist.
Yeah. That's the only way, I think, to be true to yourself, right? If you don't, I think caring is wrong word, but not seek the audience too much. Sure, I mean, as people who do proactive, provocating art, somewhat seek the audience because they know it's gonna react. But also, I think they really start from a point where they don't care, or they care so much about our problem in the society that they do this art.
And in a way, this is also authentic to these people, right? Because
it's true.
They have this outlook on the world where the social need is very big, where
that's right. Yeah.
where society and the norms and regulations and rules are very much influencing their everyday decisions
Yeah.
and how they live their life. And I think that's also completely valid. Let's say, for example, let's take rap artists now, the big ones that are mainly talking about flexing and stuff like that. In a way, like, it is a product of our times. In a way, it is art. Is it art that I like? Is it the message that I like?
Yeah, that's maybe the big question.
That is down to everyone to decide, I guess. But if a person is like truly convinced that them flexing with the Rolex and Bentleys and stuff like that is gonna add value to their life and other people's lives,
Yeah, that's a big.
if they truly believe it, then it's right. But personally, I think that most of these people don't truly believe it.
No, and they are. I think that music you're talking about is a reflection of our society that consumes a lot and puts materialistic ideas higher.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in terms of money. Of course, it comes back to it, but this idea of well-being where you just have things to feel better or to show that you are better. I think that's a big thing with rappers, and it works because the audience does that too in the small aspect. You know, it's a designer clothing and this like.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe that is actually also something cultural, right? And of course, I think there's a lot of labels, especially in Germany, taking advantage of that market position and making a lot of money with it. Which I guess then there's art in making money. I don't know. I mean, where do you start and stop, right? That's what I sometimes wonder. And I actually think sometimes to also get people onto this with that make money and see their view on art and stuff.
I mean, for sure, people have made tax evasion and making money and scamming people into an art form. And
selling drugs.
It's like figuring all that shit out. I mean, also having the moral capacity to do it. So difficult thing.
Yeah, what's the difference between an illegal graffiti painter on the U-Bahn and a guy doing tax fraud? You know, sure, there's a different level to it, but if we don't know how to define art, where can we say that what he's doing is not an art form? And he's going just as much to prison as the guy at the U-Bahn if he keeps doing it and gets caught. Right.
I guess with tax fraud and stuff like that, it's something that has the motivation, like very selfish motivation.
Yeah.
You're not creating anything good for the world. I guess you're creating a system, and the system.
Well, maybe you can donate the money. It doesn't really happen.
Yeah.
But maybe you say, hey, the government is really scamming us or using the money for wrong reasons. That could be a motive. Often it's not. Most of the time it's probably not. But I don't know. I was just getting into this mindset of...
I mean, it's an interesting conversation because, like, really, what is art? How far can you push it? Like, how far can you push it?
And then yeah, I think then it comes, and then you start to talk about morals maybe at one point and ethics and what's right, you can start where, as you said, art doesn't really hurt someone direct. It doesn't really hurt someone if you paint the U-Bahn. If you steal the tax money and it's supposed to go to homeless people.
Yeah.
I think that's where, for me, the ethics start to come in.
Yeah.
Anyway, the last question to wrap this up is what... If you had to think for a second, if your inner voice had a message to the world, what would it say?
I guess at the moment I'm a bit on a hippie trip, and it's like
I'm on a hippie trip, he said.
It's, I guess, all is one. Like, it is, because what we make is always like passing through us, you know. What can we say that is really us making it? You know, like the inspiration comes in that moment, the melody comes to you in that moment, the picture comes to you in that moment. It's like, it's a collaborative act between you and your surroundings, and the surroundings is like the universe. So it's like constant giving and taking, and in the end, it's like all is one.
If you had to make a sentence out of it.
Live for the moment.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Great talking to you.
It was a pleasure.
Let's do some pictures.
Yeah.
Maybe even you want to play?